We're live.
Alrighty, well, thank y'all so much for waiting. We are back with Speedrun Ragnarok 2021. My name is Spoonie, and I'm ending my hosting duties, but I am handing it off to the wonderful SporadicErractic.
Thank you so much, Spoonie! I am so happy to be here. How y'all doing? Speedrun Ragnarok 2021. I don't even need to talk about anything because your runner is right here and ready to go. It's RDA. We have Pokemon Rumble.
What's up, gamers? We're gonna get right into this. So, timing for this category and every single category starts on the selection of a file. We're gonna do file A. I'm gonna count down from 3, and we're gonna go. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So this is Pokemon Rumble. Like a lot of other games, this has a little bit of a tutorial cutscene segment. So the first like 4.5 minutes, we're just gonna be learning about this wonderful video game. This is a 2009 WiiWare title made by the same people that made Pokemon Channel. So if you like Pokemon Channel, this is nothing like it. But this is a game where you play as the Pokemon instead of as a trainer with Pokemon. And you're just supposed to run around and beat up other Pokemon. It's classified as a beat 'em up. And there's battle royales, and there's 3 difficulties. There's normal, advanced, and EX. This category is actually kind of crazy to think about that it's like in a marathon and it's gotten to a point where it's consistent. Generally, when you do speedruns of this game, you just do a speedrun of the normal mode. But the advanced and EX sides of the game haven't really been too developed in the speedrun, except for recently in the past like 2.5 years. A runner by the name of Jelly just kind of submitted a run to the leaderboards for what this category used to be named all battle royales, because that's how you beat the game, is completing all battle royales in each rank. So he just submitted a run with no passwords and beat the time with he beat like my time, which was like a 6-hour time, and he beat the no passwords time like 2 hours. It was really crazy. And it was revolutionary for like the speedrunning of this game, and it's made this category not the main category, but I like to showcase this game in this category as much as possible because there hasn't really been too much information on Pokemon Rumble, and especially anything after normal mode. EX is an incredibly difficult it's just a crazy difficulty that I don't really understand why is in the game, but it's there, and we'll get there in time. And there's really cool routing that makes it a little bit more faster and interesting. The game just went from going like start the game, go to the battle royales, and just good luck, and now there's a lot of routing into it. But now we're in the tutorial. That's really like paralyzed. That's okay. So we're just getting some text boxes. I'm doing a little tackle in between each, like before the text box shows up. You get a little further. Welcome Raiders. Hello, I'm Urbaducky Assassin RDA. What's up, guys? But yeah, this tutorial. We have to play this Rattata. The lore of this game is that this Rattata was just like feeling a little nosy and just went to the battle royale, and it was not supposed to go in there because it's really weak. This is a 28 power Rattata. There isn't any leveling up or powering up or anything like that in this game. Once you collect a Pokemon, that power is stagnant. It's gonna be like that forever. You can sell Pokemon and buy Pokemon, but we're not going to be worried about that in this category. I mentioned it earlier with the no passwords category. Passwords are basically just an 8-digit code that you can put into the game that gives you a particular Pokemon, and some of them help us with the speedrun. We're going to use, I think I have 5 particular ones that I like to use. And one of them we're going to be putting the actual password into the file, because you can actually save Pokemon on your Wiimote, and that's how you can do password runs for the most part. But since we have to beat all the battle royales, we want to give one of our password Pokemon a move, and you can't teach other Pokemon other Pokemon moves if it's on their Wiimote. It's just a little tidbit. It's actually a pretty decent energy right there. So this tutorial can be like broken down into very specific strats, but it's a pretty basic tutorial. No need to really go in too depth. There's a lot of ranges in this game. You'll see instances of that later. We got good ranges in that fight, so it doesn't matter. And we got a good Pikachu. But it also doesn't matter, because we're going to use our password Pokemon now. Once the tutorial's over, you can use our password Pokemon. So, I have 4 saved on here already. This is one of them. It's a Rattata. 6'8", 6'2", 8'4". Okay, this is the last one we need. It's a Shaman. This Rattata is speedy, so instead of having like natures or anything like that, it's called special traits, and they can do a wide variety of different things, like raise your attack, make it you take less damage from different kinds of moves, more money drops, but you could also get speedy, which is what this Rattata is, which is just doubles the normal walking speed. The reason that we're using this Rattata is because it's fast, but it's not as fast as the Raichu that we have. We have a Raichu password that has agility, but this Rattata has double edge, and it does an incredibly large amount of damage to all of the bosses. That's crazy. That lag happens whenever a Pokemon drops. And we had 2 Pokemon drops, so that was just lag city. But that was a good fight still. But Rattata just does so much damage to the bosses. He's actually faster to use in rank C, but only in rank C. We'll be using him in a different way later on in the run. But he is the fastest Pokemon to use in rank C, which is really funny. Because Raichu is just... Raichu saves probably 5 seconds over Rattata in the movement, but the Rattata just saves all that time back in the fight. And now I can go into these stages. So there's 6 stages in each rank, and there's 4 ranks in each difficulty except for EX, which is a little different. Goes CBAS, and all the stages are the same, but the stages get longer, and the Pokemon that can show up are different, and they get stronger. Ooh, that was a bad range right there. That's usually a 2-hit, but yeah, it's got a bad range. It's alright. So yeah. All those stages do have different lengths, and it's pretty much you go to the least amount of stages that you can go to, and then get a specific power that you need to enter the battle. Ooh, that's really fast. Enter the battle royale. So each battle royale has like a power lock. You need to get a certain power before you can open the gates and go into it. That's what the tutorial is teaching us. Get back into the Rattata and die so I can enter the battle royale a little faster. But yeah, so we have to enter the battle royale, get a specific power. All the password Pokemon are generally higher than the power that we need, but their power gets capped at 1 below the power that you need to get. So right now, all of our password Pokemon are 99, and once we beat the battle royale, it'll get to 199, and we'll keep going until their power is maxed out. They all have different powers, but they're usually consistent with each one. Oops. This is the Raichu. Say hi to Raichu.
Hi, Raichu.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of information. I'm just like spewing at you guys. If there's anything that like I brush over, or like if you want to ask anything, just feel free to ask.
Yeah, I will convey questions from the chat. I have a question actually, because I'm noticing I remember playing this game back in the day, and I'm noticing the little wind-up key. Are all the Pokemon supposed to be toys?
Yeah. So the whole gimmick is that they're like little wind-up toys, and like the reason that you can collect them is if you hit them in a certain way, they can just topple over.
Yeah, that's what I noticed. I was like, wow, that Bulbasaur was really full of money and just fell over.
Yeah. The bosses do have a chance to drop. The Ivysaur always drops, so that's fun. You just get a free Pokemon from there.
Nice.
But sometimes you can get bosses to drop and it will be helpful later on in the speedrun. There's instances where you can get the power that you need before completing 3 stages. And one of those instances is in this next rank that we're going to be entering, so that's a nice like minute plus time save depending on how good or bad your RNG is in the run prior. So we'll see how that goes. But now that we finish this battle royale, that's the battle royale. It pretty much just brings a bunch of waves of Pokemon from each stage in the rank, and then there's a boss, which is usually a set of 3 or 4 Pokemon with some kind of gimmick. And this one, it was the evolutions. But I got some money, not a lot, but some. So we're gonna go down here, and I want to teach Shaman a move that raises my attack. That's not raising my attack. Come on, let's go. Nope. Come on, one more time. Ah, it's okay. We didn't get it that time. We'll come back after rank B and we'll try again. That's okay. We only really need it for EX, so it's not really a major concern, but the sooner you get it, the quicker. Alright, so now we're gonna go into rank B. This rank is so crazy, it doesn't make any sense, but it's just the only rank in normal that you can get the power that you need before completing 3 stages. It's a just ridiculous time save that I think is just kind of like an overwrite in the code. I don't think it's something that the game necessarily wants you to do, because the game does cap the power, like depending on how many stages you've completed. I've tried, I've grinded stages for many hours trying to get the power early, and it just can't do it, except for in this one rank. There's gonna be instances of the early power drop in advanced, but advances is kind of its own different difficulty. I wouldn't say it's necessarily an early power drop. I would just say that you just got really lucky. But that's later. This is Magmar. He's dead now. And this is Raichu. So Raichu has a much faster walking speed than Rattata does. The way that this game does its stats is a dot system of 1 through 5. And even though it doesn't show it, it does have a dot system for speed. It just doesn't show it. But if you go into the game's code, you can see it. And Raichu is one of those Pokemon that has the highest stat, which is 70. So having an agility Raichu is one of the fastest Pokemon you can have. So that's a pretty lucky password that we can get. And also to note, you didn't really even know about this Raichu password because of how poorly this the documentation of Pokemon Rumble is. I had no idea that this Raichu, along with like 7 other passwords, even existed until 2018, when someone randomly DM'd me on Twitter about it, and I was like, what? And someone had updated the Bulbapedia, and it just had all these new passwords, and this Raichu was one of them, and it made the speedrun a lot faster.
That's a cool story, though. I love stories like that. Where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
somebody just messaged me and we saved. How much time would you say you saved?
It literally saved like 2-3 minutes.
That's
Yeah, Raichu's
It's
really
so much-
fast, and Thunder is a pretty good move. Like a lot of the things that like that came out of this game, like just like major time saves, have just been like people coming out of nowhere and just been like, oh yeah, this is fast. I'm like, oh okay, cool. I've been playing this game since 2015. That's fun. I don't care. But it's been a fun, almost been over 5 years of just speedrunning this game. It's been I don't even know like why I started speedrunning this game. I just like did one day and then just kind of stuck.
I mean, it's a really fun game.
It is very fun. I like never get tired of it. I do all kinds of crazy long speedruns, like collect them all. And there's actually a fan-made game called Pokemon Rumble Weekend Edition, and in the game's code there is Generations 2 and 3 Pokemon in it, but they don't have like a model or anything. It's basically because the game was supposed to have it, but they didn't have enough time. Also, we didn't get the early 200. Sad face, but it's okay. But a user by the name of Absol wanted to add those Pokemon to the game, and they run an event called Rumble Weekend, which is just a weekend where they all play Rumble and they try to get shiny Pokemon. And they just try to see who can get the most, and that's how it got the name. And it's pretty crazy. It's a really fun game. It has a lot more password Pokemon on it, and it includes all the other Pokemon that's missing, including Arceus, which is crazy. That came out like 2 months ago or something, as well, like the final patch.
I mean, that sounds really fun, because I have a lot of friends who are all about them shinies. So
Yeah. This is the only Pokemon Rumble game that has shiny Pokemon in it. There's like 5 other Pokemon Rumble games, but none of the other ones have shiny Pokemon in it, except for this one. So that's kind of neat. We're not getting the power, which is not neat, but that's okay. So there is like a method to what stage we pick to get the power. There are just stages that have better Pokemon than others, and generally I'll be going to the stage that has like those quote-unquote most powerful Pokemon. This is the stage that has the best ones for sure. However, getting the 200 power is not usually this difficult. There we go. It's okay. I think Hardy is like plus HP or something. Got a lot of Pokemon, but not the power. That's okay, because we have a lot of Pokemon I can sell for money. We love money. We very rarely will have to use any of the Pokemon that we pick up until later on in the run. So.
all right, so we have a serious question from the chat. How come Pokemon aren't always super car sick and nauseous right when you throw them out of the Pokeball?
Well, they're not in the Pokeball. There's good. They're just kind of chilling. They're just like literally a toy, like on the ground somewhere, and then you pick it up, you put the Wonder Key, like in them, and then they're good. You go. That's
There you go. You don't have to worry about it when you're a living toy.
Yeah, they're chilling, man. And like the whole lore, I think there's like a little cutscene that you get in between each battle royale, and it's like, who's the mysterious Pokemon that's shaped like a Mewtwo, and then you like you're just like trying to figure out like what it is, and you're also like, I need to become the strongest of them all. It's like, it's just this weird like side lore to the game that's like giving you some kind of influence to beat
They're
the
like,
battle
quick,
royales.
let's tell some story in this game where you just endlessly beat up other Pokemon.
Yeah, if you have played Rumble Blast, I personally would not necessarily recommend playing most of the Rumble games. I'm not gonna lie, this is my favorite one, and Rumble Blast is really one of the only other good ones. It has a very like Saturday morning cartoon vibe to it. There's a lot of cutscenes, and it's just a really weird story, but it's really charming and funny. So if you ever want to like a funny, charming Saturday morning cartoon feel kind of game, Rumble Blast is really cool. And the speedrunning community has really grown from that as well. Mage is one of those runners. Shouts to him, he's hype. Alright, we're gonna go back to rank C, because the higher the rank, the more expensive the moves are. We can try and get this move again. That's not it. No, come on, Swagger. That's like the worst one. That move is so bad. There are not many moves that are worse than that. Like Odor's Sleuth is pretty bad. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Alright, we got
It's like
Sword
the
Dance.
only game where you don't want swag.
Yeah. It's true. So we got Swords Dance. That's the not as good one, but it's still fine. It's only worse because its animation is a little slower, but it does the same thing as Growth does. It raises our attack, and that's all we need. So that's the first hurdle done. This is the next hurdle. Rank A is the most inconsistent rank out of the 4 normal mode ranks. I don't really know why. It's just the Pokemon are very in the middle. Like there's Charmander. Why is there Charmander? It's rank A. And I also think like the leveling that they made for the normal mode just wasn't really great. Like it wasn't a great plan. It goes from 100 to 200, and then we have to get 400. Just a weird number, I think. And then we'll go to 600 for rank S. I have a save state that I sometimes whenever I feel like just kind of doing nothing for a day, I'll just like go into the save state and I'll just keep grinding the 3rd stage trying to get the early 400 power, because I really would like to like hope it's possible, but I'm pretty sure it's not possible. But also, I think I'm just probably cutting you off, but we're going to these stages on the right, literally just because they're the shortest stages in length. Since we're using Raichu, there's going to be a few instances where we go to a couple different stages because we have a type advantage on the boss, but that's not really going to be until advanced. So we're taking advantage of how short these 3 stages on the right are, and we're going to them unless we have to get the power. Sometimes we'll go to Rocky Cave, but in rank B and in rank S is not that bad, but the beginning Pokemon aren't that good in rank S. So anyway, it's a pretty like consistent pattern. The order that we go into them is just because of how bulky the boss is. So like Charizard will always have a 4-hit, but this Aerodactyl is a range to get a 3-hit. PogChamp, we got the range. That was hype. Saves like a 1.5 seconds, man.
Very nice.
Yeah. There's also a lot of like animation that I'm skipping. There's you can't really skip too much during the tutorial, but once you get past the tutorial, you can speed up the animation of like keys winding up, animation of hitting of your trampoline. If I'm doing it early enough, let's see if I do. Like right there, you can just skip the animation completely. It saves a couple frames, and the more you do it, the more times it saves. So there's a lot of like small time saves that you can get in movement. The movement in this game is like really interesting. I used to just play on a Wiimote. You could normally play on the Wiimote horizontally, but now play on a or like a Wii Pro controller that's like plugged in to the Wiimote, and it literally saves time. It makes the movement faster, and it's really lame, but it saves time. It's made
How
like,
does it make the movement faster?
so like on the I'm thinking it raises the amount of possible movement options you can do, because like if you're on the Wiimote, you can generally only go in technically 4 directions.
Look at the D-pad.
Like, yeah, so like with the D-pad, it kind of like lowers my movement options, but I don't know. It's so weird, but it does make the movement easier. Like it's nice to use the controller. So it's not like it sucks, but it does save time. Like I don't know, it could just be that it makes it easier to optimize movement. But it's very, very nice, and it's like a lot easier on the thumbs, like like way
Always
easier on
good.
the thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this isn't
Like a super kind of grindy game like this, especially.
Yeah. For the speedrun, it definitely is like, rinse and repeat for these like earlier difficulties. But advanced, I know I keep talking about it, but it's such a weird difficulty. There's a lot of instances that can happen, a lot of things that can happen. So we'll see what happens when we get there. This isn't going too great. I'm not killing the Slowpoke because the only way they can be the power that I need is if it's a shiny. That's the only time I've ever had a Slowpoke be a 400 power, is if it was a shiny. Oh, there we go. If you don't get the power in like the first couple rooms, you'll get it in this room most likely. Or you just won't get it.
Is this an okay time for me to talk about the charity a little bit?
For sure, yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Yeah, I do want to remind everybody that we are here raising funds for Take This, which is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. They're really, really cool organization. And if you're able to donate, you could just type !donate in chat if you want to go straight to the donation page. We have all kinds of really cool incentives open for y'all, and we also have some prizes. Now the prizes change every day, and you can hit, I believe you can hit like ! Prizes to check out the prizes. But today, let's see, actually it hasn't, well, what time zone are we in? I want to read the ones for Thursday. We're operating in the Eastern time zone, right, for this particular marathon?
I think so.
I'm gonna talk about the Thursday prizes here.
Yeah,
so what we have
it's
available
Thursday for most time zones.
Yeah. Well, I'm on the West Coast. Look, buddy.
Okay. All right. It's fine.
But it's all right. I'm still gonna talk about the Thursday prizes here. So we have a Hope Shield from Take This. This is something that Wormwood, the producers, have this is a specific thing that they manufacture for Take This. The Hope Shield is really, really beautiful. It's kind of like just like a talisman that you can keep with yourself to remind you that you're not alone. And they're really, really nice. You can win one of those. We have a limited edition metal crystal palace print. We have a Destiny blind box Funko figure, and we have EV nano blocks. So any donation of any size enters you to win one of those prizes. And also for the whole rest of the marathon, the grand prize as well, which is a Destiny 2 Shadowkeep Collector's Edition. Autographed by the dev team. This thing is just so cool. So cool. And there's no minimum. You can donate $1 and you can be entered to win that one. Yeah. So please head on over to the donation page if you can afford to do so. It's a really, really great cause.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely have. I know everyone's been affected by mental health and just everything that's been going on for the past year and a half.
Right.
So it's definitely it's a soft spot for me. I'm glad that I'm glad I'm able to show this off and help the cause, because it's very important to me for sure. I've had a life, man. And it's something to celebrate, we have to come together and not get hit by an Eevee.
Come together to avoid that Eevee.
I know there is pet that Eevee, but sometimes you gotta avoid that Eevee,
I love how the prize for today is the Eevee blocks.
Oh, right. No, those Eevees are hype.
You can pet that Eevee, don't worry. You don't have to avoid that Eevee.
That the little wheel around that Zapdos actually meant that it was going to have some kind of special trait. That's how you can differentiate whether it has one or not. If it was like a no passwords run or something, I would be like, ooh, pick it up, because it can just be speedy, and speedy is really helpful. But we don't need that in this run. We have the Pokemon that we need. But now, since we're in rank S, there's going to be a lot of Pokemon. The most rooms that we're going to have to enter, and they're just stronger, so we have to be a little careful. Raichu is bulky enough to take some hits, and it's fast, so generally you're fine. But you still need to be a little careful in rank S, especially in this last stage that we're going to be going to. It's situationally faster. If you can perform it correctly, it saves a couple seconds, but you can also lose a couple seconds if you don't do it well. So it's a neat little time save just that we got because of Raichu specifically. We used to go to Windy Prairie in this rank, but now we go to Bright Beach, which is a stage. Yeah, it's a stage, man.
Which is a stage.
We'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. It's definitely quite the watch if if something happens. It
What
can
is
happen
it?
in the first 2 rooms. I'll see what happens.
Okay.
Because I can't do anything about it if it happens. Oh. Okay, we're fine. The absolute scariest Pokemon well, probably in the game. Okay, we didn't get it. All right, Magikarp is so
Wait.
annoying. It has Splash, which doesn't do any damage to you, but it's very, very fast acting, and they will continuously use it, and they will corner you until you, until you basically like DI out of it or something. It's so ridiculous.
Magikarp confirmed
Yes.
most powerful Pokemon.
Absolutely, it is so scary. Oop, I almost did that. You can time that just. There's like 2 rooms in Bright Beach that you have to like use agility twice. Bright Beach is not the shortest stage, but it's not the longest. And again, I have a type advantage for this boss, so the boss fight just goes really fast. And that's kind of really the main helping factor here. So it didn't go too bad, and we didn't get carped, so that's good. We didn't get carped. Go here. You can tank a hit there, but both the Poliwrath and the Gyarados was gonna hit me, and I don't want to risk it. Dying is like kind of slow. It loses like 8 seconds, 6 to 8 seconds, depending on your menuing. So it's meh. But finish our 3 stages. So let's see if we can get 600. I feel like we're gonna get it in this first or second room. I feel it. Also, I didn't really mention anything about this Bidoof, but this Bidoof, the reason we're using it is because it's gutsy, which is another special trait. It makes it more likely for you to have critical hits, like a high chance of getting critical hits. And critical hits is what helps you get Pokemon to drop more likely. So we're using that to our advantage to make more Pokemon drop. We could also be using like weaker Pokemon or whatever the case, but that's just kind of slow. It's better to just get them in 1 or 2 hits and hope that we can have that crit come in. Ah, dang it. We also have superpower, which like is kind of helpful because it lowers our defense, so it can make it so that we can die quicker. And it gives us a couple more hits on Pokemon as well. So we got our 600. Not too bad. We got in the 3rd room. I was kind of right. Generally, I will go into the Speedy Rattata as the last Pokemon, but I kind of forgot, but it's not really a big deal. It's like a second or 2 of time save that you can get if you menu correctly. But it's too bad. So we're done with normal. We're now going to get into the Battle Royale and finish it up. Then we'll get to start advanced, and that'll be spicy for sure. Definitely spicy. Sriracha, you know.
Only the spiciest of Pokemon.
Definitely. Okay.
Get
see, I'm
that
gonna
ghost
actually use
pepper
Sports-
Pokemon.
Oh gosh, that actually would be a really good idea.
The 1-chip challenge Pokemon.
1 chip challenge.
1 Pokemon challenge.
It's like, what is it? What type would that be? Fire? I don't know.
I don't know, chat. What's the spiciest Pokemon? Please weigh in.
Ooh, yeah, what is the spiciest Pokemon? So like I just because I'm like, so I don't know why, but ever since Sun and Moon came out, I've been like a I'm like basically a bug catcher in Pokemon. I love the bug Pokemon. Like, I want a tattoo. I have a bunch of tattoos, and I have a Pokemon sleeve that I'm planning. And I want like
Ooh.
Dewpider, Araquanid. I love Centiskorch and Scolipede. They're so cute. Or Sizzlipede, not Scolipede. Scolipede's cool, but Sizzlipede, that's what I meant.
Okay. I gotta ask you a question. Did you
Alright.
get that sleeping bag thing that came in? That Metapod sleeping bag thing that came out like
No,
last
what?
year? Oh, I
What?
wanted one so bad. It's like a
don't-
full body like Metapod sleeping bag
Of course. I feel like I've probably seen it on Twitter.
that came out, and you can completely zip it up. Like you can just hibernate.
You could just be a Metapod. That's pretty sick. That sounds like a
feel
pretty
the
good
last
deal.
The last year was like a really good time to hibernate anyway, so
Oh yeah, definitely.
could have just hibernated through the whole thing.
I hibernated until Animal Crossing came out, and then I played Animal Crossing for like 2 months, like straight. I woke up at 5 o'clock. Yeah.
I've seen the stats on the play of like like, it's really funny if you look at everybody's like playtime stats or whatever, and you just see this Animal Crossing spike.
Yeah. I got the I played that game so much, and then I got the what is it called, the valley, I can't remember that flower, whatever the flower you get whenever you get a perfect town. I got that flower to show up.
I wish I could help it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, I guess I win, and then I stopped playing the game. So anyway, that's normal mode. Congratulations, we won. This is a fun little like thing we get for
The winner
beating.
is you.
Yeah,
GG.
we get to stand on a podium. We get all the confetti. This is where a normal run would get. We got a 34-17. Not too bad. Not too bad. A world record for a normal is a 29-40, and that's not including like putting in the password and stuff. So like, not really that comparable, but you can get like a 30 if you get really good RNG. So, you know, not too bad. Not too bad. Definitely better than average.
Oh, Valscorn has informed us that the special flower is the lily of the valley.
Yep, that lily of the valley. Very, very pretty
Yeah,
flower.
it's like the snow lily, right? It's the one that has like several.
Yeah. It's like little white,
Yeah.
like they kind of look like bells.
Really pretty, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna enter advanced. Our minute and a half is over. That's the like pretty much last break that I'm gonna get in the run. So I'm actually gonna unscrew this cap so I can have water accessible. Don't forget to hydrate, friends.
Everybody stay hydrated, please. I have some tea that I got just for this. Just for this, I have some almond tea with grass jelly. I'm waiting.
Oh my gosh, that sounds insane.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
But
I
whatever
love
your
tea.
beverage of choice is, friends, please do stay hydrated. Most people are a little bit dehydrated, so if you haven't had anything to drink recently, please do get something to drink.
Hydrates with coffee.
I mean, a little counterproductive there, but got the spirit.
If you just chug it, you know. No, don't do that. Unless like that's your thing, I guess. I have actually like I've only ever like really felt caffeine when I was playing D&D with my friends, and I had like 3 or 4 cups of coffee. Yeah, I was wired, man. I was like, yeah, I'm doing that thing, and they're like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, man.
Were you all gonna play D&D like all night long? Like, what was the plan?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think I was just enjoying the coffee. But you know, that's it is what it is. It was a good time. It wasn't that bad. I just felt the jitters, and I was like, oh wow, this is what caffeine does.
Yeah, coffee gives me like 30 minutes of like woo, and then afterwards I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I haven't been. I don't like drink too much like soda and stuff that much anymore. So
I'm a big tea drinker. I wish I was in a tea drinking
tea is so
country.
good.
I love tea.
I've been like sitting at home thinking about going to London or something.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite tea?
Oh, I don't know. I like trying new stuff. Like I really like trying new teas. I love
Same.
green tea. Like green tea is just a classic. I just yeah. I like fruity teas as well. Like anything with fruit in it is really
Nice.
good. Yeah.
I found this place locally that does hojicha, which is the roasted green tea.
Oh,
so good.
yes. Oh my gosh. Also, like, anything that's like Vietnamese coffee, by the way.
Mm.
Whew. Talk about dehydrated. Jeez.
I'm a huge fan of like Earl Grey, but I
Oh, yeah.
like I was trying to drink it like.
Oh
before I
heck
would-
yeah!
Oh, what'd you get?
Sorry.
What'd you get?
We got
No,
the
no,
early
no,
1000. So we got the 1000 power in the third stage instead of having to complete the third stage. So that's really good. It's a good, nice time save, actually. We don't normally get that.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's really, really good. You got exactly 1,000. You can get like any of the Pokemon that drops, like in the last couple rooms to be the power, but generally it'll be like the boss. But yeah, that was sick. Anyway, T-Talk.
You're like, anyway, I'm
Back
speedrunning
to
this
the
game,
tea.
but back to tea. Back to what's important. Tea.
I actually
No,
have like
I mean-
I have a
Go
T
ahead.
emote. I have a T emote, I think.
T-mote?
Yeah, it's a T-mote in my Discord.
Excellent. That's true dedication to tea.
All right, so yeah, we saved a nice like, especially in advance. So getting an early power drop in advance is more of a big deal than you do getting it in normal, because you can get it in pretty much every rank, and that's why I say it's not really early, because you can get it in the third stage. It's just very unlikely to get it in the third stage. Rank C is the most consistent with it, but again, we can get it in any rank in advance. Each time it saves like about a minute to a minute and a half because of how the grind works for advanced. Generally, you have to go to like the third or fourth room before you can start grinding for the Pokemon. So yeah, it's really nice time save. Nice. The power that we have to get for this one was 1,000. So the power jumps quite a bit, goes from 600 to 1,000, and like pretty much any of the Pokemon that you collected in normal is just money. That's all that they are right now. Like you can't really use them for anything. If you want to use them to die in a stage faster, you can do that, but yeah, other than that, not really useful. I guess I never really mentioned that, but the reason I was dying in all those stages is because the only way that the game saves what you've collected in a stage is if you finish the stage or if you die in it. So if you get it in the first couple rooms, dying is a lot faster than going to the boss, completing it, and then watching all that cutscenes. So yes, that's why we die in some of the stages. This was okay. We only got hit by like 2. We didn't get paralyzed. That's really good.
I'm gonna show off my lack of Pokemon knowledge here because Valksporn is saying they like Sinistea. Is that a Pokemon?
Yes, that is from the new Sword Shield.
Oh, I haven't played.
They're cute. They are cute. I actually like them. I think I caught one. I caught at least the. Is that the first one? I don't remember actually like the name of them. I know that there's one, and then there's the evolved form of it. But they're both really cute.
Does it look like? Wait a minute. Is it like that ghosty looking tea?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I
Ooh,
just didn't know the name. I'm really bad with names.
Yeah, same. There's like, almost 1,000 of them. It's fine.
Can you imagine if there was a Poke Rap that covered like all 1,000? Like how long you would have to do that Poke Rap for?
That Poke Rap would be like 20 minute.
Right.
It'd be like an R. Kelly song. Oh my
You're like,
gosh.
I hope everybody get comfortable because I'm gonna be rapping for 30 minutes
Yeah.
about Pokemon. Nothing about
I'm gonna
Pokemon.
list the names. So we're in Silent Forest again. We haven't seen this stage since the tutorial. The stage is slow, but for rank B, the bosses in Bright Beach and Eternal Tower are ridiculously bulky, like stupid bulky. Like don't even want to go over there bulky, and we don't want to deal with that. So we actually just go to Silent Forest to make that. We don't just null it. We don't gotta deal with that. Too slow. This is like, I don't know, 10 hits or something, and like the other 2 bosses it would take like over 20. It's ridiculous.
Alright, so we're getting the insider Pokemon information here of Valksporn once again.
Poltegeist, yeah, that's
evolves into
such a good
Poltegeist.
name. It's a great name for a Pokemon. Now we're getting into Fake Out. I didn't really get hit by Fake Out in normal, but Fake Out is quite the move. It has a pretty big hitbox. There's like moves in this game that are just like really basic but really good. One of those is like Karate Chop Fake Out, Slash, Vine Whip, Razor Leaf, moves that like even aren't really great for us to use. And part of the reason why I was like, ugh, Bright Beach, Water type and Grass type Pokemon in this game, like, are not good. They just like, for whatever they have bad moves for the most part. When it comes to us using it, like Vine Whip is a great move for the opposing Pokemon, but for us using it, it sucks. It's terrible. It doesn't do anything. So it's really annoying, I guess, but it does help make like narrowing down the Pokemon that we know we kind of want to aim for. But gosh, it does make like some things a little tedious. And I have not gotten the early 1200 in a run. That's the power we need to get here. It goes 1200, and then the next one's 1500, and then the next one is 1800. And that's the last power. Yeah, somewhat. Rank A is crazy. Rank A is like, Rank A in Advanced is actually like the most consistent for like getting the power. It's hard to get the early power drop, but it's really easy to get the normal power drop, I guess. So I can try and get 1200. The only Pokemon that can actually give it to me is Magneton. So I don't need to worry about Luxio. I pretty much just want a bunch of Magneton to show up. It's fine, but like, you know. It's fine. Hopefully there's more when I go in here next. I'm gonna come back into the stage again if I don't get it here. Maybe Luxray wants to be a friend and be 1200 on the dot. Eyes emoji.
I've noticed that you're befriending all of these Pokemon in the end after you, punch them a bunch.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if they want to be my friend, I have no problem with it, unless they're out of my way. If they're out of my way, then it's a little tough love, you know. They died for the sake of the run, kind of thing. Raichu is kind of like literally just like just a big wall running towards them all, that can just cast thunder at any moment.
Yeah, you gotta be fast if you want to befriend you in this run. Otherwise, Raichu's like, smell you later.
Yep. Alright, so we didn't get too great there, but that's okay. So we're gonna die here. And hopefully these Magneton want to be my friend. Oh no, that's not the power. Yeah. Come on, Luxio. You gonna let Magneton outshine you like that, man? That's unfortunate. Go up here. If we don't get it here, we will just exit area and re-enter. It's an unfortunate time loss, but it's really the only thing we can do. This is not good. This is only Luxio. Okay, alright. That's alright.
What is the power again that we're looking for here?
1200.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if there's any donations, you can read them off or anything.
I was actually talking about incentives that we have open, because we have some pretty cool ones for some runs that are happening later this afternoon, which I guess is a ways off, but still today. So for the Gauntlet 4 run that we have coming up, we have an incentive called Punch Death to the Death. I love this incentive like so much.
It's a good name. It's a good name.
So yeah, if we unlock this incentive, we're gonna punch death to the death.
That sounds pretty hype.
Yeah, so we're looking for $175 to unlock that, and we don't have any donations towards it so far, so if you want to get in there, that would be super awesome. And we also have another incentive later the same day for the Final Fantasy IV run, the Trash Can incentive. I love this one too. Decide whether or not Mylon needs to meet the trash can today.
There we go. What was that?
Decide whether or not Mylon needs to meet the trash can today.
Well, obviously, I
That
think
is
they need to
just-
meet the
yeah,
trash can.
that is another 75. So yeah, you head on over to our incentives page when you're donating. Make sure that you you have to put it in your comment. You have to put it in your comment. Yeah, trash can hype. Trash can
That's
hype.
very hype. Also, shoutouts to the trash cans in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow. You know, fire red, leaf green. So there's only trash there. There's always a callback to Pokemon somehow.
I want to
All
make
right,
sure
we got it
I'm
then.
not getting it wrong here. I want to make sure that we I don't. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Some amazing incentives that we have going on here. Yeah, no, we were definitely looking for some donations towards that incentive. So you can type exclamation point incentives in chat if you want to see all the really awesome incentives that we have open right now.
So now, now that these Pokemon are starting to get pretty powerful, I'm going to start using my Swords Dance a little bit more often. It wasn't really helpful in the earlier ranks, but now these Pokemon have a lot of HP, or the gimmicks are kind of weird, and I can. When I say gimmicks are weird, I mean like the bosses for this one. There's 4 of them. They come in 2s, and I have to kill all the waves. I don't have to worry about the bosses. I just have to kill all the Pokemon that are in the waves, and then I'll be able to spawn the other 2 bosses. So it's pretty much just kill all the waves, and then worry about the bosses afterwards. But the Pokemon like to just like walk around in a circle. They don't like to walk towards anything for some reason in this one. And Bastiodon specifically is like really tanky, and its move is really fast, so it can be a little scary, but I did that pretty okay. And Magmortar and Electivire have very easy moves to worry about, and just stand here and chill. So the move I'm using is Seed Flare, by the way. It's very strong, and also it lowers defense, so it's a very, very, very good move. These kinds of moves are generally one of the best kinds you can use. Another move that we will sometimes see is Earthquake. It's a similar kind of animation. And other moves like Air Slash are also pretty good. But now that we're getting to rank A in Advanced, we're going to be trying to get Nightshade. Nightshade is the sole reason why this category exists and is possible. Where am I going? Here. And it's kind of crazy. So the way that Nightshade works is the power that you do that damage to the Pokemon, but that damage is not just dependent on your HP, or not your HP, your power. It's also dependent on the power of the opponent Pokemon. So if the Pokemon that you're fighting are ridiculously strong, like they are in EX, particularly EX 3 and 4, you'll do a crap ton of damage to each hit. And on top of that, Nightshade has a very, very fast recover time, and it has a very large hitbox, and it's really, really good at spacing and keeping Pokemon away from you. So, using that move, solely that move, it made EX4 something that was like incredibly inconsistent. I like cannot stress it enough. My old PB before this was a thing was 6.5 hours, and then I got like a 5.5 hour time because I was just able to beat it. But it's so inconsistent without Nightshade, and it's just ridiculous. I was unlucky. So yeah, Nightshade is super, super busted in the late game for some reason. But that's what we're going to be trying to get from now until the end of the run. I'm going to make some other stops if I don't get the right RNG that I need, but I don't need to worry about that right now. Right now, I just need to worry about completing these stages. That was unfortunately slow. I actually usually go to Bright Beach here, but it's if you do the stage fast enough and don't die like I did, it's faster to do Windy Prairie, just a little bit faster, itty bitty bit faster. And it's probably a little bit more consistent. Bright Beach is kind of hard. Similar to how like grass types are not great, and they have moves that aren't great, but they're good against you. Water types are the same way. Water Pulse is the pretty much main culprit. It has a pretty big hit radius, and it has a fast recover time, and it like comes out really quick. And it also can confuse you, and it confuses you most likely. It's really annoying. So being able to just avoid that is kind of nice.
Tell you what, I was listening to everything you were saying about Nightshade, then I got really distracted by the fact that Pokemon was called like Licky Licky or something like that. Like I couldn't handle it.
Of course, the classic, the iconic Licky Licky, everyone's favorite. The box art of Platinum, of course, Licky Licky. The poster child of Wi-Fi, of course. I love the poster child of Wi-Fi, Licky Licky. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at a picture of Licky Licky and look at its stomach. It is the poster child of Wi-Fi. Anyway, that was alright. So we're still okay. Our power is still okay. We're getting to the point where the power is starting to creep up on our password Pokemon. So like the Rattata that I have, its max power is 388, so like it's been weak. But the Raichu that I have, its power is 16, like 1619, something like that. So I'm still at the power cap of 1599. But once we get to S rank, my Raichu will be a lot weaker compared to the other Pokemon. So I'll have to play a bit more safer than what I'm doing right now. But it's fine because I'm a speedrunner and I know what I'm doing. I was also trying to get some Gengar because Gengar and Dusknoir are the only Pokemon other than Darkrai who can learn Nightshade in this game. It's really lame that it's only those two, and the way that buying moves works is not the most consistent, unfortunately. We're lucky enough that Shaman doesn't have as large of a move pool as like Dusknoir and Gengar do. So like whenever you're buying moves, it can sometimes just like give you the same like 4 moves over and over and over and over again. And sometimes it'll just give you like the move you exactly need or a bunch of random moves or whatever. So it's not the best thing to have to rely on buying the move. We can try it. I'll probably end up trying it unless I get really lucky in rank S. But so far we haven't gotten the power. And the reason I'm going to Rocky Cave is because the Pokemon in this stage are really, really strong once we get here especially. So we'll be able to die quickly, and if we don't get the Pokemon in this room, it's not good. It's like below average. You should definitely get the Pokemon in the first room that you start grinding in this rank. It's just kind of how it
Okay,
be.
which Pokemon has hands?
Oh, that's Bidoof.
Bidoof got hands?
Yeah, he's using superpower
Look
because
out.
he's a Superman. Oops. Bidoof is the hero. There is a category dedicated to using only Bidoof. It's called Bidoof %. It's just beating normal mode only as Bidoof. It's kind of cool because like you can't die as Bidoof, so you can't use any of the death strats. You have to complete the stages. If you die, you have to like make sure you don't go into any other Pokemon because you have to be Bidoof. So it's pretty neat.
Are there any other categories that use just one Pokemon like that, or is it just Bidoof?
There's actually a lot of categories for this game. I am a offender of just making categories because I can think of categories. I try not to make them too just crazy, but I admit that they're crazy. The category extension for Pokemon Rumble is quite large. It has a lot of just crazy speedruns.
So what are some of your favorite categories?
So we've like evolved the collect 'em all categories to a really, really cool level. Something I didn't think would ever like reach. So there's a runner named Akiri. He also goes by Ouija. Not the Mario player Ouija, it's a different Ouija. But he also goes by Akiri. He just kind of started speedrunning Rumble last year or the year before. and he got really good at the collect-em-all categories, and he just like decided to get really good at every single collect-em-all category. And he has every collect-em-all category, including like complete the game 100% and stuff like that. And also including like all the category extension collect-em-all runs. So like the collect-em-all, I've said that a lot, but it's really, really cool that it has such a meta and it's as optimized as it is. There's also really cool runs like monotype runs where you only can use particular types. Sometimes it's easier than others. There's someone did a run of playing Pokemon Rumble with the Rock Band guitar. That was pretty cool.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very cool. We died. That's fine. We're just gonna go into Garchomp. This is Garchomp. He has Dragon Claw. It's a good move. And whenever we hit Pokemon into the wall, it does a lot of damage. It doesn't do as much damage to us, but you still want to avoid hitting it because it will do damage to you. But hitting other Pokemon into it is like a pretty decent strat if you're able to do that with the move that you have.
Oh yeah, I
It
can
does
see it's like on fire or something.
Yeah, it's like electric. It's weird.
We put this electric fence around all these toys. Don't worry about it.
It's like Beyblade, but like, you know, crazy. Alright, so this is S rank. This is the last rank. We're gonna have to grind for power and do all that. But we're gonna be trying to get the Pokemon that we need to fight the EX Battle Royales in this playthrough, so we don't have to waste time grinding for it later. If I don't get it, I'll grind for it later, because consistent marathon. It's cool, we're fine. But if we get some fast good RNG, I definitely am able to work with it. Even if I only get one Nightshade Pokemon, I might be able to work with it. I'll definitely try, and then I'll probably see, like, get another one or two. It's ideal to have 2 or 3 or more, but if we can get at least one Pokemon with Nightshade, that will be fantabulous. We can also get a Pokemon with close combat. I haven't really been trying to do that because they haven't really been in my way. But close combat is a really, really good move. It's pretty decent just to have for backup if you die in the earlier EX Battle Royales, or if you're just going to use them in this boss fight, you can do it for this Heatran boss fight and for a boss fight later on in S rank. Close combat's really good. Being able to or having to swap out and then swap back in and still be faster is quite the time save. This is Heatran. This is literally just a fight. Since we don't have close combat, we just stand here and use Thunder. And luckily it didn't do anything too bad. That animation, or the mover, it just kind of like stand there and you can't hit it, is unlucky. I want to say it's somewhat manipulatable on like what the bosses decide to do. Like if you don't approach them at first, they'll most likely run around or run towards you. If you try spacing, like if you try hitting them from afar, they'll either not react right away or they'll come straight toward you. It's kind of weird how the AI works for it, but the boss fights are like a neat little, like, it's like a hidden boss for time save. Whenever you like start running this game, and like the more you play it, the more time you save from just by getting better. The boss fights are like just weird instances where you'll save a couple seconds because you just have a good boss fight. That was a long-winded explanation for nothing much, but you know, it's okay.
For RNG, you know.
That was actually pretty good. So this stage is a little scary. There's a lot of Pokemon that have big, strong moves that hit fast hitboxes that Raichu can just run into, but that did not happen. And I'm switching into Garchomp for the fight because it's much faster to do this fight. This move comes out faster than Thunder does, and it's just a good move and super effective and whatnot. So it's a little faster. And he didn't do anything terrible. So that was good. Whenever a Pokemon like tumbles like that, like it did a little shock animation and it was wobbly, that means that Pokemon will drop. The only reason it won't drop is if you cause another status affliction to it. So that's something like I have to be a little cautious of using Bidoof. If I tumble a Pokemon and I'm using Bidoof's Hyper Fang, I can cause it to flinch and it will stop the animation and I won't be able to collect it. Unless I just get lucky, which is, you know, other things. Yeah, small. Yeah, small. Ooh, wow. Staraptor, kind of mad. All right. Another like little note is you can't like nothing stops you from moving in this game. The only thing that stops you from moving is if you get hit or if you stop holding a control. Oh, that's unfortunate. So like, if you're walking and you're walking into a wall, you'll just keep walking. So you'll walk up the wall, kind of like how I just did there and how I was doing with the Raichu. So it's a little helpful. Raichu's hitbox is generally like it's kind of like a big rectangle, so it's not the easiest to maneuver out of the way other than just like waiting or hitting something. But for Pokemon like Rattata, its head has a really big hitbox, but its body doesn't. So sometimes you'll use Rattata and like walk into the wall so that you don't get hit. You'll just like maneuver, like just thread that needle. It's pretty neat. It's very like situational. Most of the time, like time saves like that will happen in like no password runs or shorter categories. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. Garchomp has a decent walking speed. It's just unfortunate we didn't get that full Raichu speed. That's okay. Go back into Raichu now. We can technically get the power here, but I'm just going to try and get Nightshade and complete the stage, and then we'll re-enter here, and then try and get the power. But again, more specifically Nightshade. Hope for Nightshade. No. I had a lot of Gengar, dude. Oh my gosh. Dusknoir is not really worth killing on the way to the first fight because it's Dusknoir is in the fight. It's in the boss fight, so you can just get it to drop if you get lucky. Alright.
Does it have to drop from like a particular set of Pokemon?
No.
Or...
Oh yeah, it has to be Gengar or Dusknoir. Either one, it doesn't matter. The higher the power, the better. Like the higher the power, the more damage it'll do. So like, I'm hoping I will get like my 1800 power and it have Nightshade. That's ideal, but that's not most likely going to happen. So I'm probably just going to get Nightshade from just killing stuff. Hopefully like these two Pokemon have it. If these two Pokemon have it, like it's perfect. I don't have to worry about getting it. 2 is definitely more than enough. Come on now. And it's random whenever they stop being invincible, they just kind of decide it.
I was not expecting that when it turned around. It's like, what is that Pokemon?
Let's see if it did not. Okay, I can teach it to them, but let's just see if we get Pokemon to drop. All right, so we have our 4 stages complete. I have 4 stages complete because in rank S it's just super inconsistent in getting the power. You can technically get it in like the 3rd stage, but it's so unlikely, and it's also not really that helpful, especially because I need to get Pokemon in this. Crap. All right, actually kill me. No, kill me. I'm just chilling. All right. The flinch was not great. Bronzong are like helpful for getting the power if I'm like looking like I'm not getting the power yet, but I already got the power. Of course. Alright, that was good. Now I just need Nightshade. We're just gonna kill all these Gengar. Oh, there we go. That's 1. Okay. 1. Eyes. Just get 1 more. Dang, these powers are good. Usually getting the power is kind of sus too. They're all 1800. Okay. Dang, got it. We have 1 with Nightshade. It's not too bad. Ah, see, look at that. The flinch made it not drop. There you go. That's okay. Dusknoir is not like the best one to get. The better one to get is Gengar, because Gengar's faster. You're less likely to get hit by stuff because you can just run out of the way. But Dusknoir is bulkier, so. Alright. I don't know, man. I can try with one. I can definitely try. I've done it before. Oh, okay, cool. We're good. We got two. We're good. Gamer time.
All right.
Yeah, if there's like donations or whatever, feel free to read them. I'm gonna be like kind of focusing. This last battle royale is kind of hard for rank S advanced. So.
Sure thing. Yeah, I was kind of on the edge of my seat there. I wanted to see if you got it.
Yeah, we got it. We got two. That's really good. I've been doing a lot of attempts before like today, and I have not gotten Nightshade at all in any of my attempts.
Oh no.
So we got it. That's really good.
That's okay. We got it in the actual marathon.
Yeah. Who cares about the other runs? I don't care.
Oh, so I do want to remind everybody that we have some really cool merch available this time around. We have all these like really cool shirts, and you can check them out if you hit. Oh, I thought it was exclamation point merch, but I guess it's exclamation point shirts. You know what? I'm just gonna hit it right now in the chat.
Merch is very hype. Oh. Okay, Drift Blim is
Okay.
one you do not want to see here.
That's why I was confused, because it goes to merch, but it is in fact shirts. So we have a special logo just for 2021, and there are various options available in both a light and a dark logo, and there are lots of different shirt colors that you can choose between. There's hoodies, there's a long sleeve tee as well. We have in all these different sizes, but I do know some of the sizes have like sold out already. So if you like the Speedrun Ragnarok, if you want to represent, I'm actually wearing my Speedrun Ragnarok shirt right now. If you want to rep, yeah, and we have a face mask this year as well. So a lot of really cool stuff over there, and of course it all goes to a really good cause, which is Take This. So please head on over there if you want to get something super awesome to wear.
Yeah.
You want to look good.
Especially the mask. I've been in the market for a new mask for sure.
Yeah, I think they're cotton. They're cotton masks. Yeah, they look really cool.
I like the soft masks for sure. Oh,
Same. Yeah.
It's okay. So you can definitely do that without dying, but that is definitely fine. Garchomp is a great backup here. Super effective against half of the bosses that we have to fight. Also just has a good move, so we're just gonna focus on one of them, probably Palkia. That's the quicker one here. Hit him into the wall. Spawn the last boss. Oh wow, it's Mewtwo! What? Oh, whoa! That's crazy. I didn't see that. Didn't see that one coming. Get out of the way here. So Mewtwo's moves are basically the same. They're a little different. They have a bit more hitboxes. That move particularly has a little bit more hitboxes. But he's not too scary to deal with. He's actually kind of helpful. He kills like the other Pokemon quicker for us. He does a lot of damage. But since he's kind of
extra aggro and wipes out the rest of the Pokemon.
Yeah. He just definitely goes. He can sometimes target us, but definitely just sits there and uses his move, and it pretty much takes out everything. And we're just like, okay, thank you. That was pretty good. That's advanced. That was actually pretty good. Sub 40 advanced is definitely nothing to scoff at. We got another to be continued. Oh wow. Let's enter EX. So. This is EX. There's no other ranks. It's just one straight, one room of the 6 stages. The rooms have a different, a whole variety of all the Pokemon that you could possibly collect in any of the ranks. You can collect them in EX. On top of the Lake Guardians are only available in EX. So that's a neat little collectible tidbit. You can only collect them in EX. And the Battle Royales work in a system that is basically like it copies the first. So we're doing EX1, which is the 2 rank C Battle Royales, with a little bit of twist. Like sometimes they'll throw in like an Azelf or something, or like a Torterra or whatever if they feel like it, just because it's an EX. But EX1 and oh my goodness, what are they doing? EX1 and 2 are not too difficult to deal with. 2 can be a little tricky, but their Pokemon are still not that strong, so it's generally easy to deal with. But they're still like strong. You don't really want to get hit by anything, especially the bosses. The bosses are pretty strong, so I want to make sure I don't get hit by these guys. They also have very, very fast-acting moves now. I didn't really mention it, but the higher the rank you go into, the better the Pokemon AI is, but also the less time it takes for Pokemon to charge their moves. And that goes the same with EX. They charge their moves faster and faster, and they do more and more damage, and the AI gets a little bit more smarter. So it's a little scary. But we're doing good. We didn't get hit. That was really good. So now we did the first one, and then we can enter the second one. So you have a total of 6 lives that you can use during the entire of each EX, but we only really have like 4 Pokemon to work with. And that's... So we have like our 2 Nightshade Pokemon. We have Shaman, and we have Garchomp. That's pretty much it. You can add other Pathway Pokemon. There's a Giratina that's not too terrible. Regigigas is actually not a bad one either, that you can have for backup. But they're not really helpful. It's just kind of extra space in your party that you have to menu through. So we don't really need them. We're gonna rock with what the speedrun calls for, which is Shaman and Nightshade Pokemon, and we got 2 of them. So we're gonna do that. This is going pretty good so far.
I was gonna say you seem to be cleaning up. So
yeah. EX1 and 2 are definitely a lot easier. It's the difficulty jump is rather strange, and you'll just see it. There's nothing I can really say other than you'll see. It's really unexplainable, like with words. It's just it goes from manageably easy gameplay throughout pretty much the entire game. Like Advance is hard. It's definitely like not easy for people to just beat Advanced, do a speedrun of Advanced. But it's definitely a lot easier than an EX. But like once you get to EX3 and especially EX4, Shaman takes like 4 hits to kill things. It's really, really crazy. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That was really good. Sub 4 EX1, really good. So this is like the rest of the run. We don't have to worry about going into any other stages. The only reason I would enter another stage in EX is if I wanted a stronger Nightshade Pokemon, which is definitely a possible like strat you could do. You could just hope you go in the stage, get lucky, and get a Gengar to show up, or whatever. But that's really unlikely to happen because it can pull from any rank, and that's why it's kind of unlikely to go for it. That was not lucky to get.
Well, that's a bummer. So you could get a Gengar, but it'd be like really low level, maybe.
Yeah. The power will still be like stronger. They'll still be like above 1800, but sometimes they'll be like 17, 1600, or just like you just won't get, like, you'll go through Eternal Tower and you'll go through every stage and you won't get the move, or you won't get like any Gengar to show up or any even like Ghastly or anything, just because that's not what the game wanted. We already got hit a lot, so this is definitely how my rank, or not my rank B, but like my second EX has gone recently. These Pokemon are like super aggressive and like I said earlier, their moves come out a lot faster as well. Alakazam has basically like no charge time, so I have to be very careful when I attack Alakazam and I wasn't careful enough, so I'm just making sure I don't get hit by anything else because I will die if I do. Machamp is the scariest boss. The method of spawning the bosses in this EX is the same as the normal one. You have to kill one of the bosses before the Machamp spawns. There is like small, like I think I've kind of touched on it a little bit in some battle royales, but there are like certain things I'm looking for, whether it's like certain amount of kills or certain waves dead or a boss dead or whatever. I'm trying to make sure the waves progress as quick as possible. That's not just like, it's not just as, I guess, simple as standing here and pressing this, the A button, which I'm doing that. I am definitely doing that. I am pressing the A button, but I'm pressing it in a skillful manner.
Okay, there's some movement involved, okay.
Yeah, I'm moving like up, and then down, and then up. Oh. That was a little scary. This Gengar is like, or not Gengar, this Ghastly's like spooking me out over here. Okay. And I do like to try and get like a hit or two on the bosses during this section because I do get a defense drop, and it's not like the least likely thing to happen. So just getting a defense drop is really helpful if they get hit by like a stray seed flare or something. I really need to make sure I space this correctly, especially these Shellos. Come on, man. Oh my gosh. I'm just really trying to make sure. Okay. Pokemon that have like those really large ranges, that was crazy, are kind of scary to deal with because you generally don't, like you're generally trying to space yourself away from them, so you're trying to be at around the distance that they're at. And then you're like, oh wait, I need to not be over here, and then... But that was actually not bad. It was a little scary, definitely, but look at that. Shaman's fine. Perfectly fine.
Oh my gosh.
Might be at like 8 or something.
I can't even see the health bar.
I can't tell. I actually can't like go into it. It won't let you swap. Yeah, I don't think I've even mentioned that. It doesn't let you swap Pokemon. Like you have to die when you like. Sorry, I was trying to think. You have to die in order to swap to the next Pokemon. You can't just like pick it whenever. All right.
That's kind of
It's a little scary. So I could decide to do Shaman first. Here, it's definitely faster. You can beat this EX or EX3 with only Shaman, but it is kind of hard, and I'm not gonna risk my Shaman dying that early. I'd rather have Shaman in this next EX or EX3-2. So I'm gonna use this Nightshade strat. This is the Nightshade strat. We're only doing 372 because these Pokemon are weaker than the Pokemon that we would be seeing in the last EX. But 372 on its own is more than what Shaman was doing, slash more than what it would be doing technically, or about the same. Shaman, of course, has the defense drop to its advantage, so that's why it's faster, but this is just super consistent, as you can see. This is what makes the category and I also am only, as like a reminder, the Pokemon that I'm using for Nightshade, especially for like this instance where I'm using, ooh, don't hit me, where I'm using Pokemon that I collected in Advanced Rank S. The Pokemon that I'm using are a lot weaker than the Pokemon in EX, especially EX3 and 4. The Shaman that I have is a 2,000 power, like a 22,000 power, something like that, something crazy, which is one of the highest powers you can get in the game. I don't even know if you can get to like 2,500. I don't know the cap for the game, to be honest. but like 2200 is one of the highest numbers you can get, and Shaman will die in like 2 to 3 hits in EX 3 and 4. So you definitely have to be very careful in using Nightshade. That's why it kind of looks the way it is, because you have to like zone it. It's basically like playing optimal Smash Brothers or something. You have to just zone and don't let your opponent near you, and then you'll win, man. Especially if they have some kind of super armor. Seal has super armor. We'll have to deal with super armor later on as well, which is super annoying to deal with. The only thing I have to make sure that I do is not the hit bar, but I need to make sure that I'm good on time. Generally, I will be fine on time. The only fight that is rough on time is the last one, unless you're really just really having to be careful, I guess. I wouldn't say this is an instance, it's just kind of being a little careful. But I kind of lost my train of thought. That's okay. I think I was just saying, don't be slow.
Well, you were talking about the last fight, and
yeah. I definitely. Sorry, I think I lost my train of thought. But it's just hard. It's hard, man. This is definitely scary. You have to. Oh, the time thing. Yeah, just. The last fight. Oh, actually, I guess that is kind of a big deal. Most of the time, like if I was having an issue with EX4, it was either because of I was dying really early, or I would get to the like last fight and I would time out by the end of it, which just happens. So that's more so what I mean. Timing out is very like uncommon, but it definitely can happen, and it's really lame when it happens. Because it means that I poorly like prioritized when I was collecting clocks. That's obviously the thing that they drop. Oh, that was fine. Sometimes they can their hitbox will still be out even if they're stopped. That move rollout is kind of annoying to deal with for that instance. He can also like hit the barricade, like he can hit the wall using rollout, and then he'll bounce off the wall and hit you, and he'll do like a crap ton of damage because he just hit the wall. Okay, scary. I have kinda low health. I have actually low health, confirmed now by the Lop Honey. Thank you, Lop Honey. But that's okay. So I need to kill one of these bosses. One of them has post-combat, so it lowers his defense, so Infernape is generally the first one that you kill. But you just need to really make sure that that doesn't happen. That's okay. So then we're going to get... where's my Gengar? Gengar. Oh, Gengar, there it is. We're going to go into our Gengar and finish it here. This is not the most uncommon thing to happen. The hitbox for both Empoleon and there you go, Torterra is ridiculous. So I actually need to be a little careful here because they die. I have to redo it all, and that is definitely slow. That's rather unlucky. Okay. Looking a little sus, I'm not gonna lie. I think we're okay. Just need to be a little safe here at the end, but should be fine. The biggest threat is gone. Torterra has such a big hitbox. I think I was saying that before I got hit. He has Wood Hammer, which it like covers like it covers like such a large hit radius in front of him, and it's like a full like 180 hitbox, so it's pretty big. Quite annoying to deal with. You have to be a little careful. And the reason I decided to go into Garchomp is because I have more health than the Dust Noir did. I could have gone into Dust Noir, but let's be a little safer. This is definitely like the slower option technically. Alright, so let's see. Did I get... Oh, okay, that's actually really good RNG. Okay. This is probably very doable. Should be, like, pretty simple. So, you can get, like, some pretty bad Pokemon to spawn here. Specifically, like, Lumineon. Floatzel is not great. He has super armor on his move. You have to be a little careful there. Tentacruel's a little troll. He has a lot of health and his hitbox is very big. But that was actually very good. We didn't really get controlled there. So we're fine. We're fine. That was so easy first try. Look at that, guys. Easy.
Easy first time every time.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to be entering the last EX. This is going to be very sus. I'm scared. But it's going to be a good time. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. So this is even like a showcase of how it's like a completely different game mode. It literally boots you out of the EX after you beat EX3, and it's like, hold on, there's one more EX that you can play. So we're gonna do it. Timing ends in this category when we touch the coin in the last fight of this Battle Royale. So, not this next coin, but the coin afterwards is when time is. And the reason that the game is called, or like the category is called Complete the Game, is because when you complete the speed run, the game says thanks for playing. So it's like the final little end screen that you get after doing everything. When you collect all the Pokemon, all it does is give you a little, like if you go into the collection, it'll go like, and then that's it. So definitely more of an outcome when you do the battle royales than when you just collect everything. But collecting everything is hype. So yeah. This is the different speedrun. Stogeria is a little scary, but that's okay. So as you can see, I'm also doing 400 now. The reason it's 400 is just because I'm a lot weaker than I could have been. If I was like 1800 or higher, I probably would be doing 500. But 400 is like the cap I would be doing at this point. But that's a good amount of damage. It's about the same as I would be doing with Shaman. And Shaman is only really a backup in this Battle Royale. Oh my gosh, the Carps. Oh my gosh, okay. Carps aren't that big. I didn't get Carps. The Carps are not that scary in the Battle Royales. They're kind of good to get because they're really easy to kill, but that was just a little scary. Because Omastar, is just such a, has a very big hitbox. It uses Ancient Power, which is like a big rectangle in front of it and like kind of behind it. It's really weird. So Arcanine's kind of annoying. We got a lot of Ditto. That's really good. Ditto isn't really good. I say that now. I'm gonna get hit by Ditto. We're fine. Ooh, don't hit me, Sandslash. Okay. So like we're okay. Well, hold on. I don't want to eat my words. But we're getting a rather timid EX4-1. They are not as aggressive as they definitely have been in the past. Which is good. I'm definitely fine with this. These are the only bosses we have to kill. Oh my gosh, okay, we're fine. These are the only bosses that we have to kill in this EX. So we want to do the burbs.
I was gonna say
The
bird fight.
Yeah, legendary burb fight right there. Ooh,
I enjoyed it. What was that like Chansey in the beginning that was like throwing these glowing eggs at you? I was like, ooh.
Yeah, it uses what does it use? Egg bomb.
It uses egg.
Yeah, it just uses egg. Shoutouts to that marathon that's happening sometime soon. It's called the
Eggathon. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. It
Oh,
happened.
it's over.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
gosh!
It was one day. Yeah.
What
it
a
was
legendary.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm scared because of this Marowak. Marowak is such a scary move.
Fantastic theme.
If you thought I was close to getting hit by that ice beam, you would be correct. Ooh. Okay. We got 120 on the clock, so we got plenty of time to to just make sure that they don't hit me. Beautiful. All right. You'll love to see that.
Nicely done.
There is, like I did add damageless, and there are like Nuzlocke speedruns for this game. And I did an attempt of a Nuzlocke, and I almost beat it. I got to EX4. And it's just hard, man. Because Nuzlocke rules are hard. Make it a little bit harder. Because of course there's Nuzlocke rules for this game, right?
This level, the Pokemon are just beating each other up for you.
Okay, we're going over here. Going over here, and we're gonna go here. Yes, clock, come to me. No. Cherim. Cherim's scary. Okay, alright, this is good. We're fine. Oh my god. Oh my god, there's a Staraptor right there. Okay, we're going over here. I want this clock. Thank you. Alright. So this is what I mean by they can be really aggressive. This is the last one, so of course they're going to be more aggressive, but you know, they can do this in the first one too. Alright, this is really good. Really good clocks right there. Get some more. Kill the Yanmega, it's the really only threat right now. And the Snorlax. Snorlax is large. I'm gonna get out of this. I generally like kind of forget that Pokemon spawn on the outside of the ring, and I like stand where they spawn and I'll just get hit. That's not a great start, so we're gonna definitely not do that. And that's, I'm glad I was coherent of that, or at least cognizant maybe? I don't know. Ah!
Cognizant.
Ah! Okay. Alright. Okay. Magmar has literally killed my run before. Magmar specifically. Frowny. Actually both Magmar and Magmortar, they just like, oh my gosh. This Infernape's coming for blood. Oh no. Ah! 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 Okay. Sorry if I'm screaming. Okay. Grab these. Definitely need them. Hopefully get that kill on the Infernape, that's good. So if if like other Pokemon kill other Pokemon, they don't drop a clock, which is fine, but not if, you know, they, you know, kill you or whatever. Or you, like, run out of time. So you have to be a little careful about how many Pokemon that you actually get the kill on. Sometimes you want to snipe them. Okay. This is a pretty decent stun lock we got going on right here. We all got defense drops, which is nice. Mewtwo's gonna spawn right in the middle, and we're gonna have a scary wave here, but we are in a pretty good position. So Mewtwo has super armor pretty much most of the time. Thank you, Mewtwo. Oh my gosh. So as long as we don't get hit by that move, we should be okay. Because every other move is really easy to dodge. So, see here. I hope I get this defense drop, because otherwise I kind of think I should swap. Alright, it's okay. It's looking pretty good. I think I might get this with Shaman.
Huge difference.
Alright, get ready on time. It's gonna be in a couple seconds. And time. Whew.
GG.
Very good. GG. Wow. Sub 140. That's actually crazy. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I had such a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I love this game so much. I don't know if that came across in my blabbering, but this game is it has such a place in my heart. I love it so much. I put so much time into it, and I'm so glad that I get to show it to people, and that more people have been picking up, playing the new Rumble Weekend, doing all that fun stuff, accepting it to marathons. Thank you guys so much for accepting this. I really like showing off the crazy buffoonery that is EX, and I'm really glad I got to make it look like it was really freaking easy, because I could tell, I promise you, if you went into EX and tried it for yourself, it was really hard. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Speedrun Ragnarok, for having me. Please don't forget to donate to the charity. I don't know what else to say.
Do you have any shout outs you want to do in the community, or you want to tell people if they wanted to get involved in the community where they should go?
Huge shout outs to the Pokemon Rumble community. We have a Discord. You can find the Discord on speedrun.com. My channel has a link to the Discord. If you want to find my Discord, that's at my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/RDASR. And I do all kinds of different speedruns. I speedrun Pokemon, Spyro, Smash Brothers. I do a bunch of crap. And big shout outs to my small, very close friend group for pushing me and making sure that I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm also like streaming every day for 2 years. I've been doing that for almost 2 years now, actually. I'm on day like 631, I think, today. So like, if you thank you. If you're interested in that, feel free to follow. But other than that, continue to support the marathon. Enjoy the rest of the runs. There's super awesome runs to follow, and I had such a fun time with you, Erratic, by the way. This was like super fun. Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, I know. I had a really, really good time. It's been a while since I've seen this game, and it was really nostalgic for me watching it, and especially it was amazing to watch you just obliterate this game. And what you were saying about it, like, being hard, like, there was, you just, like, make one long move in X, and you are a smear.
Yeah, that Dusknoir was dead, like that. Yeah, it was super fun. I'm really glad I got to show it off. Thank you guys for having me again, and enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Thank you so much for that amazing run of Pokemon Rumble. And coming up on deck, we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We have a little bit of a setup block here, so stick with us. We're just gonna chill for a while.